HOL Disney. Disney Search. Disney Parks. You move with your feet but stay in place. That's exactly how the revolutionary VR technology from Disney, called HoloTile, works. This platform allows users to move in virtual space while remaining in place in the real world. The main feature of the floor is rotating tiles that adjust to the user's movements, providing realistic movement. In virtual reality, the design can be used not only for VR games but also applied in theatrical productions. Thanks to the platform, a dancer can perform complex movements in place while virtual backgrounds smoothly. Solar container. Would you like to produce clean electricity flexibly, efficiently, and profitably? SolarFold allows you to generate electricity where it's needed and where it pays to do so. The innovative and mobile solar container contains 200 PV modules with a maximum nominal power rating of 134 kWp and can be extended with suitable energy storage systems. The lightweight, ecologically friendly aluminum rail system guarantees a mobile solution with rapid availability. PV. 200 modules. The SolarFold photovoltaic container is mobile for universal deployment with a light and versatile substructure. The semi-automatic electric drive unit maneuvers the mobile photovoltaic system to its operating position rapidly and smoothly along a length of around 130 meters. Robotics Water Strider. Water striders are little insects that spend their existence skating around on the surface of lakes, ponds, and streams, relying on surface tension to keep them dry and happy. Watching them zip around is very cool, and it's equally cool to think about the physics going on between the water and their toes to allow them to do what they do. Water striders are also able to jump, which substantially ups the difficulty on the whole not sinking thing, since they have to somehow exert a substantial amount of force on the surface of the water without breaking through. How do they do it? South Korean researchers built a robotic water strider to find out. In 2012, roboticists from Harbin Institute of Technology in China published a paper on jumping microrobots inspired by water striders, although inspired by might be charitable for this portly fellow. Those feet are made of nickel foam, and although the robot weighs 11 grams, it can jump 14 centimeters high, which is quite impressive. Now, another group of researchers has built an even more impressive robotic water strider. The Pearl by Breakfast. Breakfast, a Brooklyn-based new media artist studio, introduces its latest kinetic art sculpture on the Royal Caribbean's new ship, Icon of the Seas, the biggest of its kind to date. See Desert Boom's coverage here. Titled The Pearl, this piece is recognized as the largest kinetic artwork in the world, showcasing an unprecedented fusion of art and technology. It spans over 13.7 meters in height and boasts a diameter of 16 meters, featuring nearly 3,000 computer-driven kinetic tiles, showcasing a stunning ability to capture the essence of the ocean. The Pearl sculpture by Breakfast, see more here. Cockatiel iX. John Cockerill Defense presents, for the first time in the world, its new product called Cockerill iX, I for Interceptor and X for Modular Multi-Weapon System. It's the first ever ground interceptor and is a breakthrough combat system for territorial defense interception, engage and defeat incoming threats before they reach their objective. The Cockerill iX is born from the merger of the technological excellence of weapon systems and the expertise of rally raid performance. The Cockerill iX represents a break with traditional concepts and imposes a new paradigm of military land operations. The vehicle is capable of moving at very high speeds on-road and off-road, with a thermal or hybrid thermal-electric drivetrain, light, stealthy appearance management with adaptive camouflage and modification of IR and acoustic signature, integrating multi-sensor data fusion technology, smart helmet, onboard intelligence AI, cameras, sensors, LWS, acoustic gunshot detection and localization, and capable of integrating a suite of effective weapons, such as 25mm, 30mm, missiles, rockets, depending on the threat to be neutralized, as well as to foresee the integration of a new generation of effectors. Other striking innovative aspects concern the weapon system, which will be completely retractable to ensure its stealth and speed. Figure's humanoid robots. Today, Figure confirmed long-standing rumors that it's been raising more money than God. The Bay Area-based robotics firm announced a $675 million Series B round that values the startup at $2.6 billion post-money. The lineup of investors is equally impressive. It includes Microsoft, OpenAI Startup Fund, NVIDIA, Amazon Industrial Innovation Fund, Jeff Bezos through Bezos Expeditions, Parkway Venture Capital, Intel Capital, Align Ventures, and ARK Invest. It's a mind-boggling sum of money for what remains a still young startup with an 80-person headcount. That last bit will almost certainly change with this round. Figure already had a lot to work with. Founder Brett Adcock, a serial entrepreneur, bootstrapped the company, putting in an initial $100 million to get it started. Last May, it added $70 million in the form of a Series A. I used to think Figure was a reference to the robot's humanoid design and perhaps an homage to a startup that's figuring things out. Now it seems it might also be a reference to the astronomical funding figure it's raised thus far. When Figure launched in 2022, it put out an ambitious goal of creating a walking bipedal robot within a year. The company told TechCrunch that it hit that date. We didn't see walking video at the time, but it has since surfaced. The startup is very much a product of its time. Humanoid robots are having a moment. Examples have been showcased by Tesla, though I'd temper your expectations somewhat on that, Aptronik and 1X, among others. Amazon recently began a small pilot with Agility's Digit robot, which seems to have found its groove supplementing human labor in brownfield warehouses and fulfillment centers. Trigo Microcar. It looks a bit like it's a Twizy family member, but Poland's Trigo EV has a few neat tricks that Renault's City Roller doesn't. It leans into the corners. At higher speeds, its front wheels are spread out for stability, but slowed down and they can be pulled in for easier parking, and the batteries can be removed and exchanged for fresh ones. Being developed for car sharing and package delivery, the Trigo EV has a top speed of 90 km per hour, 56 miles per hour. Third hand controlled by the stomach. There have doubtless been times when you've had both hands full and wished that you had a third arm. Well, scientists have discovered that a robotic third arm can in fact be quite easily controlled via movements of the diaphragm muscle. The study was conducted at Switzerland's EPFL Research Institute by a team led by Professor Silvestro Michera. It was part of the Swiss National Center of Competence and Research's larger third arm project. For the study, a rig was created in which users sat while grasping handles on two exoskeleton-type arms, and while wearing a sensor-equipped belt that detected movements of their diaphragm. They also wore a VR headset, through which they viewed a virtual environment. By moving the exoskeleton arms, it was possible for users to perform tasks with virtual versions of their real arms in the VR world. What's more, by moving their diaphragm in specific manners, they could also control a virtual third arm. Located between their virtual left and right arms, that third arm was designed with a symmetrical six-fingered hand. It had a thumb on either side, so it wouldn't be thought of as belonging to one side or the other. When tested on 61 volunteers over 150 sessions, the setup proved to be quite easy for most people to master. Importantly, the test subjects were able to control their left and right arms while simultaneously controlling the third arm, sort of like patting your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time. Jetoptera. Like bladeless Dyson fans on steroids, Jetoptera's unique aircraft propulsion systems look like pure sci-fi. But they're beginning to demonstrate some fascinating capabilities in testing, and the next step will be a super-fast VTOL aircraft design. We've explained these fluidic propulsion systems before in detail. Indeed, Sir James Dyson did a pretty decent job of explaining the basic concept to the Telegraph back in 2010. But in a nutshell, they're not magic. They don't use ionic propulsion, and while there are no blades or moving parts visible, they require a flow of compressed air to function. You can use whatever you like as a compressed air source, but Jetoptera doesn't see a ton of utility at this point in an electric compressor. Battery density simply isn't high enough to deliver range figures the company would consider useful. Instead, the company is starting out with efficient gas turbine generators, routing the exhaust gas through the fluidic propulsion systems. This compressed air is forced through tiny, directional slits all around the inner surface of Jetoptera's hollow propulsion units. Monokabel. Fast alle Erwachsenen auf dem Land bewegen sich mit dem Auto fort. Manchmal sogar ganz fort. Typisch für so viel dun bis delt landliche Gebiet in Deutschland. Der Fahrer basiert PMV steht vor dem Kollaps. Verbindungen, kompliziert Tarifstrukturen. Alle fahren Auto. Bahnstrecken liegen Brach. Viele Leute ziehen weg. Dem ländlichen Raum gehen die Menschen aus. Projekt wie Monocab bringen UNS in die große Zukunft auf dem Land. Denn es geht nicht nur Mobilität, es geht unser Zusammenleben, die Daseinsvorsorge auf dem Land und die gleichwertig Empfundung, Lebensverhältnis, Mobilitätsgerechtigkeit. Letztlich also ein Betriebssystem für eine demokratische Gesellschaft. TQ Battery. With the rise of EVs, electric vehicles, largely thanks to American Tesla and Chinese BYD and CATL, battery technology has become more important than ever as they are relevant not only for electronics, but also for mobility, and soon for the electric grid as well, in order to balance out the intermittency of renewable energies like wind and solar. To this day, the dominant chemistry for batteries is lithium-ion technology. This is because these batteries are some of the energy dense available when measured in kW/kg. Flytrex. We're the first drone delivery service focused in the US suburbs. Anything you need, from Chinese takeout to your morning coffee, can be instantly delivered to your backyard. Support your local restaurants and small businesses. Flytrex is fair and affordable to all. While other companies take a significant portion from restaurants, Flytrex benefits the whole community. We use aviation-grade certified drones to deliver your goods directly to your yard. No driving or rush hour traffic included. We're the safest and fastest delivery option, guaranteed. Top Secret V1. Though fast in their own right, velomobiles are considered much more suitable for the street than two-wheeled streamliners. Using 3 or more wheels can have advantages for everyday use, including the ability to stop and start unaided, better stability, crosswind handling, etc., though there are arguments made that the multiple track machines, 3 or more wheels, have aerodynamic disadvantages due to the drag of the extra wheels and the surface contact points. 3. In practice though, velomobiles continue to be close to their two-wheel cousins in performance. There are few velomobile manufacturers, some are home-built. Skydio Scout. From military deployments to police departments, drones give a real-time overhead view to help teams react to events as they unfold, whether scouting dangerous areas, performing search and rescue, or operating in military situations. We are excited to share a series of updates in today's 2022 summer software release, which enhance existing pilot situational awareness missions in 3 key ways. The manual drones that dominate fleets today are holding their operators back. They require operators to be so cautious in flight that it makes it more difficult to complete their missions, and carry high-cost sensors on low-reliability airframes. Autonomous Skydio drones with vision-based navigation and obstacle avoidance alleviate the pilot burden, enable confident flight, and protect operators' investments. In today's release, we are excited to announce Skydio Scout, an autonomous flight skill that gives operators awareness without needing to actually fly the drone. When a call comes into a tactical team, intel is often ambiguous and needs refinement. Instant situational awareness on arrival can help responders observe and orient themselves more effectively to promote mission success. Skydio X2 can be deployed in under 90 seconds. The quick deploying nature of Skydio X2 saves time and accelerates decision-making. Today's new quick launch feature allows the pilot to launch without holding a controller and removes steps in the launch process to get the drone in the air faster. All-in-one thermal sensing system. PixArt is bringing smart thermal sensing, an all-in-one solution with low-power intelligent object detection capabilities fusion with the far infrared, FIR, and imaging sensor to create more machine intelligence. The far infrared sensors can do more than just temperature sense when combined with the input from an image sensor for intelligent object detection processing to detect the presence and motion of people, animals, or objects that are stationary or moving. The intelligence on smart thermal sensing in machines or gadgets is giving rise to a better home living experience and bringing the next revolution to various industries such as manufacturing, agriculture, construction, building management, etc. Figure 1 shows the exceptional features of PixArt's far infrared series. PixArt's FR SoC sensors not only detect heat radiation sources but can be customized to compensate for temperature variation according to the targeted application to boost accuracy. With the highly integrated SoC, PixArt's FIR product writes the calibrated temperature parameter value of the detected object into its memory, which can be directly read and converted to temperature for specific applications. Such a design is conducive to simplifying the subsequent MCU system polling process. Offload the MCU resources for power saving. QNIT AI camera module equipped with RISC-V-based 64-bit processors and AI accelerators supports real-time image recognition and even voice recognition through built-in microphones. It is capable of a variety of artificial intelligence technologies such as face recognition, image classification, object detection, line tracking, color recognition, human segmentation, etc. QNIT is a modular robot arm designed to utilize AI, 3D, laser, and robotics easily and quickly. Using QNIT, you can make all the ideas you imagine into reality. The high-power laser 2,500 milliwatts with automatic cooling system is capable of cutting and engraving various materials. Use a laser module to create your own artwork. Materials: MDF/balsa paper, wood fabric, leather, plywood, foam paper/anodized aluminum, etc. Anymore. QNIT's 3D printer module's auto-leveling function makes it easy to begin 3D printing. The 3D printer module has a 40W heater and dual cooling system and can use PLA, ABS, and TPU filaments. QNIT has a built-in vacuum pump in its body, so you can connect immediately without additional connection. Also, it's possible to rotate 180 degrees with a built-in servo motor. Using the pin holder module, QNIT can function with colorful pins. Use it to draw attractive paintings or calligraphy. Holobox. HoloConnects is a leader in the revolution toward a more sustainable, engaging, and technologically advanced future for customer acquisition, guest satisfaction, and information exchange in hospitality, virtual medicine, retail engagement, education, teleportation, corporate product presentations, on-site training, live events, next-gen immersive advertising experiences, and more. At CES, you encounter so many new products and innovative technologies that it's not often that something stops you dead in your tracks. But this technology merited that reaction from me. Holograms are no longer limited to sci-fi movies and may be in your future sooner than you think with the Holobox. For me to see a hologram of him, he had to be well lit with a white background. RoboGuard. RoboGuard is a true early warning system which is significantly different from other types of systems that are available. Security sales personnel do not always represent their systems entirely correctly, sometimes out of ignorance and sometimes for commercial gain. This article is written to clearly illustrate the differences between these types of systems. Alarm systems were developed primarily to provide protection for property when the owner was absent. The assumption was that the owner's presence was sufficient to deter intruders. Alarm systems need to be armed when you leave a premises and disarmed upon entering. Alarm systems generally provide little protection for the occupants of a residence or vehicle. Insurance companies normally insist upon alarm systems as they generally insure the property. Perimeter protection systems are physical barriers and electronic systems that are erected and installed at the perimeter of a property to deny access to potential intruders. Examples of these systems are high walls, electric fences, barbed wire fences, active beam systems. Nowadays, most of these systems can be complemented with electronics to detect if the systems are compromised, which may indicate intrusion. These systems are easy to detect and generally easy to surmount. We include human guards under this definition.